Hi, my name is Sheila Solly, and I'm a high school Algebra 1 teacher. I've been asked by some friends and colleagues to make some short videos helping them to become more familiar with Edulastic. So I'm going to today show you how to make an assignment and how to use the redirect option. So I have saved lots and lots of material, so I can either go to the test bank where I can search by skill or look at sort by popular or recency or name. I have folders where I have created materials and separated them up by folder. But the one that I use the most is I go to a playlist and I move all of my items in here, and I'm going to make a video about how to do that later. I don't assign the whole playlist, but I use this to organize the order that I want to assign things in. So we are getting ready to do an end of course review. So I'm going to find my playlist for end of one course review, and then I'm going to pull the assignment that I need. And I'm going to close this summary out because it hides things from you, and I want to assign them linear equations and systems. So from here, I can go ahead and click assign, but I want to show you here that you can assign, you can preview, or you can edit. So I'm going to go straight to assign. From here, you have lots of options that you really want to be careful with. When you want to select a class, the order you select them in is the order they're going to appear on the assignments page. So I want to be sure that I want my first block, then my second block, my fourth, and then my fifth, which are all four of my classes. So I've selected who I want to choose. I want it to go to all students and not just specific. Um, my open and close dates, I set mine typically to open manually in class because I wait until the notes have been given, or you can set it to automatically, which means as soon as you finish creating this, it's going to go ahead and open. You can also set it to open and close at specific times. I leave mine automatically on close date, and you'll notice I've got a tag here, common formative assessment. I also want to tag this as end of course review. Tags are really important in Edulastic. They're how you find your materials from tens of thousands of things. All right, so we have selected our classes, who we're going to assign it to, when we want it to open and close. Now, our test behavior. You can select a class assessment or a practice assessment. This is a practice assessment. This is what you have to really watch. Release your scores. If you do not release scores or responses, then students can't see either one. You can release scores only. This will not tell them what they got right or wrong. You can release scores and student responses. This is the one you have to be very careful of. If you select this release scores, student responses, and correct answers, then as soon as they submit this, they have all of the answers to share with their other classmates. So I select release scores and student responses because I plan to redirect this to the students. All right, so mark is done automatically. Show calculator. We have calculators in our classroom. I do not time and I don't do a rubric. Right? Anti-cheating. Love this feature. I do know the shuffle is a paid feature. When I'm doing class practice assessments, I don't shuffle. When I do actual assessments, I shuffle. I on a practice assessment, I don't block them out. When you're doing an actual test, you can set this to where if they navigate out of the program or open up another screen, it will block them and you will have to release it for them. Restrict question navigation means if you say yes, once they have moved to the next question, they cannot go backwards. So they can only continue moving forward. They can never go back and look at any questions they've already answered. Safe browser exam, that's just another safety feature. All right, here's where we want to get with auto redirect settings. And I do this a little different depending on whether it's a practice assessment for independent work or it is a quiz or a test. So on a quiz or a test, I enable auto redirect. And I set it to anywhere between 95 and 98. My students actually prefer that it be at 98%. It will auto redirect one time, and you can change that here if you want to. And then you've got check, answer, try. So the difference between redirect and check, answer, redirect, they have to submit and then it grades it and then sends it back. Check answer means there's a check answer button that comes up for every single question in your assessment, and they're allowed to check that button how many ever times you choose. I never let them check more than once. I learned the hard way that they were getting together in groups and everybody was checking one answer until they got the right one. So on my redirect, and so when I redirect, I do not do check answer. You want to select here. You can either send them all back. You would only do this if you were giving a retake and you did not allow them to see the ones they missed and their score. Only the skipped, skipped and wrong, or skipped partial and wrong. This is the one that I typically choose. So anything that they didn't do, they got part of it wrong or completely wrong, this goes back to them. Now, this show previous attempt, this is what the student sees. So I let them see their response, teacher feedback, and student score. So they can see all three of these things, but not the correct answer. And then under miscellaneous, this just gets into your grading bands. Now, what I love here is that you can set up your default settings. So whatever you put in here, after you've done it one time, you can click on Save Current Settings. So I have 3 settings. I have one for homework and I have one for quiz and test. On my homework settings, this is designed to not auto redirect, all right, but to it will set up to check answer tries one question, okay? And then let them go back. So I'm going to take off the auto redirect and I'm going to put in check answer tries 1. All right, so that's on my homework settings. If I want quiz settings, then you'll see it has the auto redirect at 95, the check answer tries at 0. So you don't even have to select all these. Once you go to this page, you can go right here to your save settings after you get them set up the first time, and you can just select which one you want to use. And now we can go back and make sure that it worked. So I'm looking at my anti-cheating. I'm looking at my auto redirect. They get that one check answer try. And I've set it up so that it does auto redirect one time and they can check answers one time. And then you just click on the assign button. And I want to double check here when I've got this opening because I'm actually going to assign this. So I'm going to put open manually in class. So when I'm ready for them to work on the assignment, I can open it for them. So this is setting up your redirect and your assignment before you've assigned it. So there's a second option for redirect, and that is once an assignment has been made, you can go in and there is a redirect button here. What you would do is select the student and then click on the redirect button. And from here, you've got some options. So this is going to a specific student. I'm going to select skipped partial and wrong. And then under show previous attempt, I'm going to let it show the score, response, and teacher feedback. And then I would click the redirect button and it would go to no one but Clara. So on the redirect button, once you send that to them, they're going to get 2 attempts. So this is the score for their first attempt. And the second attempt, they add the new correct ones to this score and come up with this score. So for me, I average these together to get their score. If you look at the Express grader, you're going to see that it only gives them their score from the second attempt. So that's how you use the redirect function.